7 Days of Wisdom, episode 37. Sunday, 10:56 p.m. Eastern Daytime, August 7th, 2016. We have a lot to cover today. I am your host, Aquaus Kelley, and the first week of August has been super busy and it's went out with a bang. So, first of all, so many posts this week to recap. So let's just start with the post to recap. And just so you know, this week we will be covering timing and patience, because that's something I've seen come into effect this past week. And then also an inventory list. I will get into the details of an inventory list if you've never heard of that before. This past Monday, Facebook, which is where I publish a lot of content. The first post I put out was on Monday the 1st, and it was in regards to faith. Our faith must be practiced just like anything else. Even though it may be difficult at times, the rewards are plentiful. This was a post that was actually inspired by a conversation that I had with one of my Uber passengers. I picked her up. Her name was Maria, actually. I remember her name exactly. This was the last Monday. I picked her up at Newark Airport to take her to Hackensack University Hospital. She works in the medical industry, and we had a very deep conversation. And this was one of the 3 people this past week that told me that I sound like a motivational speaker. In fact, she compared me to T.D. Jakes as I was talking and sharing my story with her. She said, I remember seeing a guy on Oprah, and his personality, his message reminded me of you for some reason. But at the time, she couldn't remember his name, so she looked up his name, and she's like, oh, T.D. Jakes. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely familiar with T.D. Jakes. So, that was one incident where I was compared to a motivational speaker and told that, I reminded someone of a motivational speaker. But more importantly, she went on to tell me that I have a lot to offer this world. I have a story. More people need to hear me, and my message needs to be shared on a bigger platform. And I told her that I'm definitely working on that, and this is one of the platforms that I use to work on that. But I also told her that I believe heavily in faith. I'm very faithful and patient at the same time, because I really enjoy the process and the journey that comes along with getting where I envision myself being, and more so getting where I finally believe I'll be, because I need to be there. We all have a purpose on this planet, and I believe my true purpose is to impact as many people as possible in regards to spreading a message of positivity and enabling and equipping people with the mindset, philosophy, mentality, everything that's required to help them achieve their dreams and goals. So that was a really enlightening conversation that I had at the beginning of the week to start off my week, to set off my week, and to really reaffirm what it is I'm here to do. So, yeah, that was a very, very impactful run-in, very impactful meetup I happen to have with one of my Uber passengers. So moving on, I mentioned meaning, purpose, significance. This was on Wednesday the 3rd, and I spoke about how these elements all play a pivotal role in our potential to impact the world around us. And it's pretty self-evident when we are aware of our meaning, purpose, and significance, when we're aware of the value that we have to contribute to the world around us, when we're aware of the value that we have to contribute to the people around us, it allows us to discern and use our discretion when it comes to everything that we go through, when it comes to decisions we have to make, choices we have to make, obstacles we face. When we measure that with integrity, and we measure that with, okay, I understand my value and my purpose, and I know how significant I am, it allows us to make better decisions in regards to pretty much saying yay or nay. Like, no, I can't do this. Yes, I can. Yes, I could do that. But more importantly, this is why I can't do this, or this is why I can do that. So these are all elements that play a largely important, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, that play a important role in our potential to make impact. Because the clearer we are mentally and more focused we are, the easier it is to stay on our path. And when we are on our path, that is when we can impact the most people. Next up, let's see. Quiet. Silence. Silence is okay. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be silent. It's normal. You know, I feel that when I'm silent, I'm kind of dangerous when I'm silent. But when I'm silent, I'm thinking, I'm very cerebral, I'm very mindful, and it enables me to prepare for the next move. You know, that's why meditation is so important. It allows us to be zen and silence out the noise and develop a clear mind. When we have a clear mind, we're able to move gracefully, you know, towards the next step, whatever that next step may be. So being quiet is okay. Don't be afraid to be quiet. Some people are afraid of silence. You know, they just want noise. They're afraid to be with themselves. They're afraid to look within. You know, don't be afraid to look within. Don't be afraid to be with self. Self-awareness is important. If we can't be with ourselves, then we truly cannot be with anyone else. If we can't face ourselves, then even when we're facing other people, when we're spending time with other people, it's a disservice to ourselves and them, because they're not really seeing us in our true element. Because until we're truly aware of self, we're unable to be in our true element. Therefore, we're unable to show up, you know, in the relationships that we have in life, with family, friends, loved ones, significant others. You know, until we're truly able to be comfortable with ourselves, we're doing a disservice to not only ourselves, but also the people around us. So let's keep that in mind as well. It's okay to be with ourselves. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be silent. It's okay to really get to know ourselves deep down inside, because that's what allows us to show up and give 100% to the world around us. Looking at everything with inquiry. I put that out on the 4th, which was this past Thursday. I was in Newark at the time, and I believe this was when I took the picture of the Cathedral Basilica of the Sacred Heart in Newark, New Jersey. Super beautiful cathedral, huge structure. If you're ever in Newark, check it out. It's definitely a sight worth seeing. I happened to be there on a beautifully clear day, clear morning. Had to snap the picture. If you want to take a look at it, it's on my Facebook page, August 4th. Check it out. But I thought, I look at everything with inquiry. Always questioning, always inquisitive. That's just how I look at life. That's just who I am. And I believe it's important to be curious about your surroundings. If something sparks your interest, check it out. There's a reason why it sparks your interest. It may lead to something else. So that's an insight that I stumbled upon this past week. Just my level. It's not like I didn't know it before. I've always been curious, but it's really an insight that I just wanted to share with everyone, so that maybe you can tap into it yourself if you have it within you. Don't be afraid to be curious. Don't be afraid. It's alright. Freedom, flexibility. So, freedom and flexibility do mean a lot to me. It means a lot to a lot of people. But the difference is, some people just want to be free and flexible but don't want to do anything. They just want to sit back and do nothing. If that works for you, which it probably doesn't work for many people because we're here to do something, but if you feel it works for you, then knock yourself out. But I feel with freedom and flexibility, it's like the yin and yang. With freedom and flexibility comes responsibility and discipline. Because if you're just free and flexible, you're just wander off and do anything without any discipline or responsibility, you're going to get punched in the face. So you need discipline and responsibility in order to balance the freedom and flexibility. When we think about people who run businesses, who work on their own schedule, who are owners, who are managers, yes, they have the freedom and flexibility to take vacation when they want, to leave early when they want, but most likely, because they have the discipline and the structure and the responsibility, the people who have the option and freedom to say yes or no, most likely, they don't spend much time on vacation because they understand the importance of impact, the importance of working, leading by example. So they have the option to do whatever they want, but they understand that being disciplined won't really allow you to do whatever you want. Being responsible, being a responsible person, technically, even though you have the option, technically, because you're responsible, you can't do whatever you want because there are repercussions for everything. So I feel it's very interesting to just balance that equation, look at that equation of freedom and flexibility, yet discipline and responsibility. You know, so think about it. Think about it. If you want to run your life, if you want to run a business, you want to run your life like a business, it requires, I really believe those four things, you know. It requires knowing that you have the option for flexibility. It requires being fluid, you know, and not super rigid. Freedom is important. And discipline and responsibility. It's a constant pull at both ends. Knowing when to be disciplined and be structured and be firm and be responsible, yet knowing when to be fluid, give a little, knowing when to be flexible, knowing when to play, knowing when you need to just be free and wander and explore. It's a constant rotation of knowing what to tap into and when. So it's important to just keep that in mind. While also holding ourselves accountable for whatever decisions we make. That's the most important thing. Holding ourselves accountable, responsible for the decisions we make, the mistakes we make, stepping up to the plate, learning, getting better at whatever it is we do. I spoke about the motivational speaker, being compared to a motivational speaker. That was about 3 times, maybe even 4 times this past week. And I definitely take it as a compliment. I'm here to inspire. That's what 7 Days of Wisdom's here for. That's what I'm here for. That's what a lover's ambition is here for. So let's continue to inspire. Momentum. Some people are momentum driven, some people are money driven, some people are relationship driven, some people are status driven. It wasn't until this past week that I really realized how much of a momentum driven person I really am. Not that I'm not driven by other things, but when I have the momentum on my side to achieve something, while I have that momentum, I now understand how important it is to just keep going while the momentum's on my side. Because once I slow down and have to shift into another gear, it's hard to catch back up. Not that I can't do it, not that we can't do it, but sometimes it's difficult. So let's keep in mind how important momentum is. When we feel that momentum, when we feel that trend, let's stay on it. Let's stay on it. It's once again, it's another level of self-awareness. So it goes back to being self-aware. When we're aware that something's going on, when we are aware that we have the momentum on our side, let's keep pushing, let's keep going. Buy the course, receive my package earlier today. So yeah, let's hop into timing and patience and inventory list. For those of you who don't know what an inventory list is, it's something I've actually heard maybe late last year. I think I heard of it listening to a Lewis Howes podcast. Pretty much an inventory list is literally a list of what you want to achieve, a list of things that you want. It could be materialistic things, whatever. It's your personal inventory list. The inventory that you want to stock up on for your life that will help you achieve your goals, make you feel better, whatever it is you want. Your personal inventory list is up to you. So I heard about the power of creating an inventory list. I guess it can be compared to a vision board, but it's more tactile and more tangible because you're literally writing down things that you plan on either purchasing or obtaining one way or another. How you do it isn't really important, but the fact that you write it down and you aspire to do it, that's the most important thing. So to make things more concrete, I will be giving you explicit examples of things that I put down on my list this past year in January that today I actually have. Some of it's pretty small. Other things are a little bit, larger. However, the moral of this story is really the power of visualization coming into your life, literally. So, and this ties into timing and patience as well. So a few things I had on my list. Number one, so this is actually my inventory list. It says master to-do list, but it's really my inventory list for 2016. One of the things on my list was to take the praxis exam and pass the praxis exam, which is crossed out. And I had that completed by April, so 4 months into the year. I had that taken care of. A few other things, Adidas slides, just purchasing. I have like 3 different colors of these, but just Adidas flip-flops. I like Adidas. I thought these were pretty cool. 3 stripes, super simple. But I mean, like super small stuff. Let's see. I wanted to purchase a globe, right? I'm big on, I guess, geography, knowing different places, spaces throughout the world. So, as you can probably see, I have a map right there, U.S. map, just to be familiar with the territory, different states, different cities. I feel it's very important. And I also wanted a world globe. But the thing is, I didn't want just a regular world globe that you would see in your traditional history class, right? I wanted something that stuck out, something a little bit cooler. I didn't know exactly what the aesthetic would be like, but I just put this in my mind. I'm like, I want a cool world globe, something different, something special. So I knew that eventually I would come across it in my travels, whether I'm looking through a magazine or I'm browsing through a store. So this past, what day was it? 8/4. So this past Thursday, I was on my way to go food shopping at Wegmans in Woodbridge, and something told me to stop in the Home Goods, right by Wegmans, right next to Five Below. So I stopped in Home Goods. I know once in a while, just browsing, you'll catch a lot of cool looking stuff. So I'm in there for about 40 minutes, literally walking up and down every aisle, just checking stuff out, just seeing what's new in the market. And I happened to come across a globe that really caught my eye. So I was literally pondering whether or not I should purchase it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of expensive for a globe. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, but I will tell you, if you really want to know, DM me. So just shoot me a message so I know who's paying attention. Those who are still listening, 24 minutes into this video, shoot me a message. I'll definitely let you know the price. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay it, but this is super cool. Like, I wanted a globe just like this. So I'm literally just going back and forth, and I'm like, I have to get it. Like, I've never seen a globe like this. I even went on Google. I Googled it to see if any images came up, to see if I could get it for anywhere else cheaper. I didn't see anything like it. So I'm like, I have to get this. I could always get the money back. It's nothing. But I may not have another opportunity to get this globe. And if I leave this store without this, I'm going to probably not feel good. I want to come back. So I ended up purchasing the globe. Silver, pretty cool. Don't really see it that often. Kind of reminds me of the new RU Rutgers football uniforms, the silver ones, silver helmets. It's kind of dope. So yeah, this is it. This is the globe, the globe of my dreams. But the reason why I'm sharing this story with you is it's not about the actual item. It's just about the concept of putting something in your head, specifying what it is, whatever the idea is, staying aware, you know, paying attention to the signs, and taking action when it comes into your life. So this globe could easily be a car or a house or a job. It could be a girlfriend or a boyfriend for you. Whatever it is you want to have in your life, if you really visualize, embed it in your mind, and take action and explore and stay aware, it will come into your life. You know, if I didn't make the decision to walk into Home Goods and look around to see what may possibly catch my eye, I would have never purchased that globe. That just so happened to be one of the things that I wanted this year. So think about that. What if? What if I would have just said, I don't feel like stopping there. I'm going to just go into Wegmans, get my food, do what I traditionally do, and keep it moving. Sometimes we have to step out of tradition and go down another path. See where it takes us. See where it leads us. Number 2 on my list. Ray-Ban sunglasses. Wafers. Classic ones. I just wanted some all black classics. It's a staple. But once again, I did not feel like dropping $150 on Ray-Bans. You know? I just didn't. And I told myself that I don't have to. I'm like, I'm not dropping $150 on Ray-Bans. I'm going to catch them on sale. I'm going to get a discount. I'm going to do something. And this has been for the last 2-3 years probably. But I'm not dropping $150. So I just waited. And this is where patience and timing comes in. I waited. I was patient. I knew the timing would come where I get an opportunity to get what I want for the price that I wanted. So lo and behold, this past week, maybe Thursday, I should look through my email, but I'm not right now. Either Wednesday or Thursday, I received an email from Uber stating that, hey, here's a discount for guess what? Ray-Bans. 40% discount for Uber partners when you purchase a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses on the website. So no, you know me. I went right over to the website, rayban.com, used my promotion code. My code didn't even work. But I got one of my friends, shout out to Manuel. I'm like, yo, my code's not working. You mind if I use yours? He's like, no doubt, man. So I used his code, it worked. Ray-Ban sunglasses, including shipping, which was $10, would have been $160 and change. With the discount, I paid $96 and change. Timing, patience, understanding, faith. These are all examples, hard examples, tangible. Can't get any more tangible than this. And these are just small examples. Once again, small examples. A globe, Ray-Bans. But These are things that I wanted for myself. These were on my list for 2016. Now, take this energy, take this strategy, law of attraction, manifest your destiny. It can be applied to anything. It's worked for me. It's worked for me in relationships that I've had. Literally, it's worked. You know, I would think about somebody, think about getting to know somebody, you know, and next thing you know, a year later, a few months later, we're friends. You know, we're getting to know one another. This has been happening to me since I've been in junior high school. You know, it's something I've been privy to for years. It's something I've been implementing in my life for years. So I know the power of it. I'm sure some of you know the power of it. Matter of fact, if you're out there and you have stories to share about the power of visualization and manifesting your destiny and making what it is you envision for yourself come true, share it with me. I want to know your story. So, limitless. If we want it, we can get it. We can achieve it. It does take hard work. It does take patience. It does take faith and being aware of timing, paying attention to the signs. It takes a combination of many things. It takes stepping out of your comfort zone. It takes not being afraid to explore. It takes following your intuition, following that inner voice inside. What is your inner voice telling you to do right now? What is your inner voice telling you to do? What should you do right now? Huh? What is your intuition telling you to do? Listen, follow it. Listen. It will lead you in the right direction. It will lead you in the right direction. Because guess what? If your intuition tells you something and you don't do it, and then you feel the repercussions of not doing it, and you tell yourself, man, my intuition told me not to do it, I should have listened, you're going to feel so terrible. So terrible. So just follow the intuition. Just follow the voice. That's it. Just follow it. Just follow it. With that being said, we're about to wrap this thing up. Quote of the week. Got this off Instagram. Christiana Rutkowski. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing her name correct. I hope I am. Y'all see it backwards. Christiana Rutkowski has a quote. Goals that are not frightening are not worth having. So if you have goals that don't frighten you and scare the ish out of you, step your goal game up. No, I'm just playing. But really, don't be afraid to set goals that scare you and frighten you. Just push it. Push it to the limit. Set goals that scare you. So goals that are not frightening are not worth having. Think about it. What are your goals for the week? What are your goals for the month? What are your goals for the year? It's going to be a good one. More than halfway through 2016. September is right around the corner. First week of August is out of here. I know a lot of people are probably on vacation, getting ready for vacation. August is the vacation month. either the chill out month or the work super hard month, as Gary Vee said recently, last week. I'm choosing to work hard, as always. I just can't help it. I think I covered everything. Let's kill it. Let's just destroy it. Let's dominate. Let's work. Aquaus Kelley, A Lover's Ambition. I feel like I'm forgetting something. 7 Days of Wisdom. I know I'm gonna forget something once I cut this camera off. It's been a pleasure. Peace and love and happiness. Don't be afraid to set big goals. Peace.